But because we have some stuff that is going to come out in the next 48 hours after this AMA, typical timing, we will do a casual drop-in chat session that will be announced in advance, but it won't be like a formal AMA. It'll literally be an open conversation, because we know that when you see the things that are going to drop in about 48 hours, which you're not going to find out about today, you're going to want to ask lots of questions about that. So we are, as you all know now, releasing our own EverGrow wallet, and that will be in Q2. So that's going to be on iOS and Android. So it's just a few months away, but suffice to say, as development continues to progress on that, we are going to firm up what Q2 means, because I've already seen someone go, what, 6 months? And I'm like, well, Q2 doesn't necessarily mean 6 months. It could mean 3 months and a day. So obviously we do, once we've, it's a big project. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but we do want to give you guys more specific dates. But as you'll know, generally launching on Android is a simpler process than launching on iOS. So that's why at this stage we're saying Q2 is a generic. But our aim is to launch it as quickly as possible without sacrificing on quality. So why a wallet? First of all, it's not just so we can just say we've got a wallet. There's several reasons for us to have a wallet. The first is simple, but hasn't actually been achieved by other projects. But we've already integrated the first stage that's required. So this is to enable the easiest possible way to purchase EverGrow coin, and obviously to hold for the full rewards, flawless tokenomics. The second is to attract the crypto world in general to our project by offering the best wallet in the market. So we are not just launching a wallet. Our aim is to launch the best wallet in the market. And look, the truth is, yes, we are benefiting from the fact that a number of projects have launched wallets of their own. There's obviously the big independent wallet providers. So we can benefit by looking at all those features and saying, well, listen, what have they missed? What aren't they doing very well? Obviously, we will have EverGrow featured and integrated throughout the wallet. So if we draw hundreds of thousands, if not millions of users who just want a brilliant wallet with all those beautiful skin designs and et cetera, because everything we do, remember, is standalone. The reason that we want to create standalone utilities is because we want to attract people from everywhere, but it's going to be impossible for them to avoid EverGrow once they're in our wallet, and they will become attracted to it and they will research it, etc. So the last reason is to offer features that will benefit EverGrow holders and other crypto holders that aren't currently available. We'll talk about basic features. Is a direct buy button for EverGrow. As far as I can tell, the obvious candidates don't have direct buy button. They still have to swap for even their own token. But as you know, we're already working with Simplex, and in fact, we'll have direct buy with Simplex before the wallet is launched. So that's already been done. It's just then a matter of integrating it into the wallet. But as of this week, we are also now in advanced talks with another major global payments company who are also very interested. We have a meeting with them this week in the wallet itself. So we will actually potentially have 3 major global payments options on a drop down where people can buy EverGrow, and this hasn't been done by anybody before. At the moment, if you're lucky, you can buy major projects like Bitcoin via the buy button on Trust Wallet. Obviously, we want a rewards dashboard. That kind of goes without saying. Multiple blockchain support, bridging. Also, because we can tie it in with our ecosystem, we can have the NFT storage and other features related to NFT, which is going to become huge as you'll know, the metaverse coming, etc. We intend to build a Google extension, so you have desktop access. We feel that's another thing that's been missed out by the projects. And there are other advanced features that we are effectively confident that can be done. Things like recurrent investment options, so where you effectively have a regular payment that automatically invests, crypto lending potentially, automatic reinvestment of BUSD rewards is something that we're looking at as well. So we want to integrate some traditional trading app features that aren't actually available in crypto wallets yet. So this would be the most feature-rich wallet that's ever been launched, and the more that's tied to our brand, the more people will find out about EverGrow. And the wallet is a huge, huge reason for that. We are going to make the best wallet in the market. It will be a brilliant standalone utility, but it's going to be called EverGrow Wallet. We decided to call it that rather than with Crator, where we gave it its own brand, just because of the importance of getting that name out there. So we're very excited about this. We can't understate how excited we are about the wallet. We've got some big updates in terms of design and development departments, and this all ties in with everything we're doing. The big news is, and don't underestimate this, as of this week, we have exclusively contracted a design company. They're a global design company, and yes, we've had to invest in this, but they are now working full-time on all EverGrow ecosystems projects, the entire company. Okay, they're obviously not a 50-man team, but they are a very respected, high-quality design company, and all their resources are now devoted to EverGrow. We did this because we realized as a team that our output has just not been the quality that you guys expect and deserve in all areas. I think the areas where we've had the most criticism have been on design, okay? And we do listen. Like we admit that we haven't done everything perfectly. We're 2 months in. This project grew incredibly quickly, but these are the steps we're taking to prove to you guys that this is going to be serious. We are upping our game, and hopefully you'll agree that the wallet designs are absolutely exceptional. They are beautiful. I think they're the nicest designs we've ever seen. They were a combination of many hours of working between dev and design, and they are stunning, particularly the multi-skin options. And this is just the start of the standard that we're going to operate on now going forward. So everything we put out now is going to go through one design company. We will be contracting a leading global blockchain development company to build EverGrow Wallet, okay? They will build it. So our in-house devs will be supporting the process. Our in-house designers, obviously very heavily involved already with them. But again, so this is going to be done by a third party, and we're going to use that approach for our other utilities. So again, we've accepted and learned from mistakes that we can't keep stretching our in-house devs so thin, because the truth is, as you all know, they were working on multiple projects. Everyone was saying, when this, when that. And our dev team, although it's actually a very big dev team for a startup project, was just too stretched. So we've taken a leap. We're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars in this. That's what the marketing wallet is for. These things are obviously marketing as well, which we're going to talk about later. So this is going to up the game across the board. So everything we work on now is going to be a combination of internal and external developers and our design team, and they're all in communication with each other literally 24 hours a day. I mean, the work that's going on behind the scenes is quite staggering. This is all going to be really interesting stuff, and it opens us up to some things that haven't been talked about or released or ever even discussed that will also happen in the future. 2022 is going to be a serious year for this project. We barely started in 2021 and the year's nearly over. So it's all about 2022 going forward. Let's talk about the new website, because again, this has been a source of frustration for everyone. The entire website, the white paper, everything was rewritten, redesigned, okay? And then obviously, because we contracted the design company, we'd had them on trial. We contracted them officially this week. We then handed over the final design for the website just as we were planning to launch it, and they kind of furrowed their well, they kind of looked at it, raised an eyebrow, and said, "Can you give us 48 hours to show you how we would make this design even nicer?" So we gave them that. They came back with something even better, as of course they would. So for those who are asking, the new website will be live, we believe, easily within 48 hours. We had hoped for it to be live for the AMA, but we don't want to launch anything subpar anymore, because we admit that we have put stuff out that has not been up to top quality. We're not going to do that again. So within 48 hours, we're going to have a beautiful new website. It's been the source of absolute frustration for you guys, and we acknowledge it. The website was not good enough for a project of this quality. The white paper, again, there was grammatical issues, all of these things. We acknowledge it. We put our hands up. We will not be making those same mistakes again. Just to confirm, okay, so the website, 48 hours. We appreciate your patience. It was actually ready and rewritten, a good few days ago, but the design guys just said, "Listen, we can do this better. Can you hold off?" And I said, "Have you heard the expression when Lambo?" And they said, "Yes." And I said, "Well, you know what happens when you hold anything off by a few days in the crypto world," but we decided that it was the best thing to do for the project. So also the new design team are just making some improvements to Crator as well. So we can confirm that Crator is now in limited beta testing. So that's something we haven't managed to say before. And as promised, full beta testing will still happen this year. But again, based on community feedback, we wanted to see design improvements. We leaked some stuff that was pretty cool, pretty exciting. You guys saw me using Crator, but creating a stream, etc. But, you know, everyone was excited by the functionality, but they were sort of questioning the logo, the general layout. The back end was effectively finished, but we've decided to give the designers a little bit of time just to tweak and improve. But we are actually beta testing the back end anyway, and that's all going smoothly. So to answer the question to everyone, the beta testing will still be on schedule for this year. So within the next week or two, we're going to start introducing more and more beta testers. We're going to give them, similar to, you guys all know I'm a bit of a Tesla fan, similar to the FSD beta, full self-driving, when Elon Musk sort of cherry-picked, you know, a couple of dozen people started and then started introducing more and more. That's the process we're going to do, but we are going to allow the beta testers to launch, to release videos and screenshots and all sorts of stuff. It's going to start off with people like our host today, Paul, and lots of the mods that we've got on the team, and then some of the influencers, etc. We'll do it in order, and then once we're ready to really roll it out big time, that's what you're going to see. We will be bringing on board a minimum of 10 major influencers, and they're going to be contracted effectively to use Crator for a minimum period of time. That will bring effectively millions of users on board in a very short time. So this should make us the fastest growing social media platform in history. Then the launch will obviously organically then bring on board thousands of smaller influencers who also want to capture that new launch buzz. They're going to bring hundreds of thousands of their followers on board. So it's going to suddenly skyrocket very, very quickly. So we're poised for a huge marketing drive to go alongside the Crator launch. There is a very special competition. It's going to blow everyone's mind. It's going to be a huge viral marketing, and that's going to be early in 2022. There's going to be an incredible prize that's very close to my heart. There's a big hint there. And it's going to really put EverGrow on the map, because we are still pushing, guys, 100%. Nothing has changed us on this, to become a top 20 crypto next year. We have the tokenomics. We have the team. We have the utilities. There is nothing to stop us from doing that, apart from just pushing through and keep going. Off the back of CoinMarketCap's error, and then everybody was jumping on the bandwagon. We saw rival projects, or rivals, I wouldn't call them that, but we saw projects basically paying for articles using the CoinMarketCap data that was false to scare people out of EverGrow. So it's quite depressing to think that we lost investors on pure lies. But the CoinMarketCap data has effectively been fixed, and they are now verifying our project. I've actually been in direct talks with one of the senior directors at CoinMarketCap, and I'm very grateful. I'm not going to obviously name names, but we're very grateful that it's finally been sorted. It obviously was in that state for a month. Okay, it's 24/7, and there is so much development going on. I mean, we haven't talked about NFT marketplace and lending, etc. Effectively, they're also ready. They just need now the design tweaks. Now that we have this design company, we're going to use them for everything. But what we have lacked, and I am certainly not attributing blame to the community for this. I'm taking it personally on my shoulders, because I've never really asked for this. But we do need the community, okay? So this is my shout out to you guys listening now. We have done brilliantly. We've reached 110,000 holders with fairly low-key organic marketing, just on the quality of the project. That just does not happen, okay? But everyone listening to this, whether you're an investor or you're thinking about investing, you need to understand that in crypto, the community plays a huge role. In some projects, the community plays every role. There's no utility, there's no fundamental value. There's just a whole load of hype and community, and that's it. So we're offering you the other side of the equation with everything we're doing. So what we need to start doing is reaching out to you guys to support the project, because everything we're doing from a marketing and development point of view, we have this incredible project, but you've got to remember that we always like to use SafeMoon as an example, because their community are outstanding, and I know lots of you guys are also in the SafeMoon community, but they did huge amounts to support the project. In terms of viral marketing, they funded billboards in Times Square and all over the world. They got friends and family educated about the project, etc., etc. Now, we have an incredibly strong project here, but we are now asking for your support. So the simplest thing that everyone can do, Christmas is coming up. So rather than buying your brother a pair of socks and a bottle of whiskey, why don't you chuck $50 into a crypto wallet and buy EverGrow coin for him, okay? That's you making your contribution. It's very easy. This is like my personal challenge to everybody listening to help your investment, is get one person, two people, three people a little bit of EverGrow this Christmas. Because what that's going to do is that's going to make them want to go and do their own research, okay? And then maybe if they feel it's right for them, they feel comfortable getting into crypto, it may be their first crypto. I'm going to tell you a very true story. This is a bit strange. My ex-girlfriend who I'm on very good terms with. I spoke to her granddad yesterday, who had read about EverGrow online, and he's in his late 70s, and he wants to buy EverGrow. So this is, this is the sort of thing that we need to happen. So everybody has the power to help their own investment. So let's start some kind of hashtag GiftEverGrow this Christmas or whatever. We'll work on that. Just do something to let's help get to the next stage of this project, because in January, when everything starts launching, if everybody listening got 2 or 3 of their family, whether it's $10 or $50 or $200, let them then educate them, help them set up their wallet, give them a little bit of education, plant that seed in them, pass them on to the great YouTubers so they can learn more, understand the project, understand the benefits and the risks of crypto. This does help us go in the right direction. Okay, so this is just me asking, because I've never done this before, and I think this is why it's sort of my fault, because I've never said to you guys, can you help us a little bit on this project? Like, 110,000 holders is great, but we need to get to 1 million this year. In 2022. So let's get to 1 million. Let's get to top 20. Every single person listening can help. So when the website drops in the next 48 hours, you're going to see something else in the pipeline that we didn't speak about. So we dropped the wallet on you, and I think it blew everybody away. In fact, I don't think I saw anybody thinking that we were going to launch a wallet. It was very strange. Lots of people had ideas. There's one major project that is going to get revealed when the website drops, and we'll give you more information about it. Again, it's a significant value driver for the project in terms of global reach. But there's also other stuff that you're going to see when the new website launches that you haven't seen before. Okay, so this is why this is going to happen in the next 48 hours. We're doing the AMA today, so we will do a little mini AMA to discuss these things, so you can really understand a little bit more about them after Christmas. Maybe it'll be on Telegram. Maybe we'll just do a drop in on Twitter. We still to decide, but we know that when you see what's happening, you're going to want to drop in and find out about it. So look, the last cool thing that I want to tell you is that from next year, our AMAs are going to be on Crator. Now, just having our AMAs on Crator is going to obviously bring in tens of thousands of users just so they can listen. And that's beyond the huge campaigns we're going to do, which we expect to bring in millions of users. But from a personal point of view, I cannot think of anything cooler than a crypto project running an AMA on their own content creation platform. This is going to be an amazing tool, not just for the world, but for us to communicate with you guys.
Okay, just a quick update on the exchanges. We might have a new exchange coming this week. I don't know if I can tell the name, but it's going to happen within this week. It's a new exchange.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and we are, as always, we've got. So last time we dropped live on sort of 4 exchanges in a week. That's kind of what's going to keep happening, because we just they all sort of take their due diligence time, so we do have quite a lot lined up. So exchanges are going to start dropping kind of again. So we had a big flurry of exchanges, and we'll have another big flurry of exchanges. We are talking to sort of the big boys as well, but they take a little bit longer on their due diligence. So bear with us on exchanges. But yeah, we do expect at least one big exchange to go live this week, and others to follow.
Yeah, we just need to confirm the listing dates and when is going to be more appropriate to list a EGC on their exchange. So it's just a matter of a few days, something like that.
Perfect. Yeah, interestingly, although another project wrote an article saying that our project had been affected by the Bitmart hack, we weren't affected. And I think everybody realizes that now. It is a little bit frustrating that the other projects effectively just write lies to try to put people off our project. But we won't dwell on that. But just to confirm that we weren't affected by anything that happened this week, security wise. Okay.
So the BUSD LP is really low right now. It's almost empty. Do you have a plan to combat that, or is it just how it is from now until the volume increases?
Yeah, Praveen, I was just saying that the BUSD pool was not created by us. It's been public created, like all the other pools from Cake or SafeMoon or what other tokens that people use to buy EverGrowCoin.
Yeah, it's not an issue for liquidity at all. In short, our PancakeSwap liquidity is as healthy as it's ever been. So
BUSD, although if people want to use it, they can use it, but BNB is our official pool as of now.
So the BSJ is just a backup, effectively, but it's nowhere near it being needed.
Everything from the taxes goes to the BNB pool, no matter what pool you use to buy.
Oh, hey, yeah. Thanks for that. I had a question actually. Will the wallet allow other altcoins to buy direct on EverGrowCoin, as in they pay for the service and you guys charge them a fee to bridge the process to them right here, right? Since you guys already did your due diligence, and this could be a way to, I guess, gain revenue from other altcoins who want to do this kind of service right here, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously those people who don't know what goes on behind the scenes, a lot of money. Oh, sorry, John. By the way, man, you're a legend, and we love you. So thank you for your positivity, and thanks for being the first question. So I just had to add that because he's a great YouTuber, and you guys have got to check him out. A lot of money passes hands to get listed on wallets, exchanges, etc. Huge amounts of money. It costs huge amounts of money to get listed on exchanges. So it's clearly, and the wallet will clearly be an opportunity for revenue that can go to buyback and burn. Now, there are complexities related to having that direct buy button. But once we have those relationships in place, that we've already effectively contracted some of them, there wouldn't necessarily be anything to stop us from having that. We want it to be the most attractive wallet in the market, and it's actually a great question, and it would make us more attractive. And I'll be honest, John, we didn't really think that far into it. Obviously, our main priority was to make it as easy as possible for people to buy EverGrowCoin, but we do see the benefits. That we want to pre-populate as much as possible. This isn't going to be like we launch the wallet and then 5 months later people are still waiting for their favorite coin to be added to it, and there's an application process and all this. We want to be proactive and we want to pre-populate. But as you said there are opportunities for us to create revenue, which would go to buyback and burn, incidentally, as you know, where we could say onboard a decent vetted altcoin, because we are not going to put anything on there that hasn't fully doxed every single member of the team. We haven't seen the evidence that it's a proper project. And then we can effectively offer them upgrades like that direct buy button, which is incredibly valuable and to be honest, almost impossible to get. If you wanted that button on Trust Wallet, you simply couldn't get it without the right relationships. And that is something else that we're working on. So yes, it is certainly something we could do that could create huge revenue. So don't think this wallet is just a vanity project. It has the potential for us to create huge revenue. And again, it's just a little bit about patience, really.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for the transparency, especially keeping all the community up to date, especially on the Twitter accounts. But mainly, my question is, I know so far, like in marketing and all that, we haven't gotten much. When do you guys expect to maybe start adding more to marketing? That way, we get more exposure to EGC out there to maybe new investors.
Thanks for the question and everything as well. So January, short answer, January. Again, there's this whole thing about timing. We don't necessarily need to wait for the markets to turn around. We think with the launch of Crator and NFT lending, NFT marketplace, etc., with us being able to provide more and more updates on Wallet, we can turn around the market with ourselves. Okay, it would have been a real challenge to fight against this massive sell-off. But we're now at such a low market cap that it's all about upside from here for us. So we have some really cool stuff planned for marketing for January, and as I said, we've been sort of saving up for that. So yeah, expect to see big things in January. There's little point doing it, a week before Christmas. So January is when we get everything moving.
Is it possible for us to get our hands on the designs, not necessarily, like basically logos and things like that, to make our lives a little bit easier? Because I'm having to scour around, online and pick images off Google and so on. It'd just be so much easier for me to be able to create, my thumbnails and some of the other things that I'm thinking about doing, to expose EverGrow to a wider community with the proper designs.
Firstly, LSP, I'm a big fan of yours. I watch all your videos, so thank you so much for everything you do. And I think all the YouTubers know that I watch their videos, and you're all great. But the short answer is yes, 100%. This is something that Paul brought up because Paul fights really hard for you guys. So he brought this up in our sort of team chat, our big team chat. We are doing it, yes. So the design, you'll have noticed that there's lots of sort of shiny looking new stuff coming out. This is as we announced this because we now have these this amazing design team, and they are working 24/7 for us. Literally, they're actually on a 24-hour day. That's the number of hours we have from them. So yes, we're going to create a folder. I think we kind of instructed this a few days ago, but there's been so much going on, so we're going to push for that. There's going to be a sort of folder on the new website where you can just drop in and everything will be there. We'll try and have vectors in there, high quality images. So, and anything new that comes out, we're going to make sure it's dropped into that folder so you guys can just use it open source. So yeah, thanks for reminding us on that, because we did discuss it a few days ago, prompted by Paul. I think we gave the instruction to set it up, but it's just been forgotten in all the work we've been getting on with. But yeah, 100% vital stuff, and we'll get that done for you guys.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much, Paul. So this is a question from one of our Discord community members, VG1234. Will the team also be contracting an advertising team in the future, or will the currently contracted design company have that included? Thank you.
Yep. So the answer again is yes, we will. We think we've done well with our in-house marketing. We have grown a incredible user base in a short period of time, but clearly, as the project grows, it grows beyond what we can achieve in-house. So yes, that is another thing that is going to be integrated into this sort of big push in January, is that we're going to use sort of third-party marketing and advertising agencies to really promote the project more.
Hey guys, thank you for allowing me to ask a question. Is the plan still to fully release the Crator platform in December, or because of the holiday, are we going to push it off till January?
Yeah, it's going to be January launch, but we are beta testing it this month. So the beta is going to start being expanded this month. It's been a very small internal beta test while the designers are just improving everything. We just didn't want anything to leak out, to be honest. Not that we don't trust people, but obviously if we bring like 50 to 75 people on board for beta testing, that'll be the point where we're happy for the design to be shared. But because the new design guys are working now on just improving the overall look and feel of the Crator website and the phone side of it, obviously we want it to work beautifully on the phone as well. That's why we're at this stage now. So it's, again, the back end is pretty much done. So Todd put out a great video today that we shared. Do check that out as well. So thanks to Todd as well for making a really, really good, long, informative video on EverGrow. If you haven't checked it out, have a look at our timeline and go and check that video out.
Yeah, and that was my question 2 weeks ago, Sam, when I asked you if we had a utility for the end of the year. And you said yes, but as you're saying right now, the design got so much better from your design marketing team that you hired, so they need just a couple extra days or a week to get the design in, and then we can start beta testing. So it's kind of got pushed back just a week or two, not long. That's basically why.
Exactly. Correct? Yeah, it's not a major delay, but it's significant in terms of the improvements for it to have been worth a sort of week or two. I think for us to be a couple of weeks behind is not the end of the world for the big improvements you'll see.
Okay, I'll be a little biased here. My partner in crime over in Discord, she is great. Crypto Rabbit, unmute yourself.
Hey guys, I had a really quick question about Crator. It's actually two-part. One, I know on YouTube, a lot of the creators do not have any rights to their videos on there. Is that going to be different on Crator? And also, do you plan on having ad revenue on Crator?
Yeah,
Ravine, operating?
Yeah, currently, if we talk about ads, we are currently working on the user experience. It's first for us. After that, once we are done with that, and now the creator, we are adding various tools for the creators so that it will make easier for them to reach out. If they have 3-4 packages and they have 3-4 subscribers in all those packages, so they can just use those tools or message in bulk to their subscriber. But for ads, we'll be working on it once the platform is live in beta, because ad is for the revenue, and we are not dependent on ads for our revenue. Instead, whatever the volume will be generated by Crator, we are dependent on that. So apart from that, for I think content, right, we'll be definitely be looking into it, if although like we would prefer that creators own their content, but definitely like if YouTube is doing it for some particular reason, and if we can't avoid that, then we would have to also do the same. But else, if there's an alternative which would allow creators to own their content, then definitely we'll go with it.
So Sam, basically you're saying you have more info coming out on that. So with copyrights and stuff on Crator, you know, they're going to own their own content. So, you know, what about if someone takes another video from someone else? Will that be flagged? You know, if they take another video from someone else? Like,
we have added like currently all the tools to like report a post, report a creator. But apart from that, like that would be go for manual verification, and like our team would be there to judge it. But definitely like we'll be following all the norms to maintain the content copyright and ownership of a creator. Definitely like in the future we'll be definitely giving the option to like sell merch or create a store, because you know, like if someone has followers, then definitely like they will look for other methods like how they can monetize those followers. So it would also like create a lot of revenue if people pay for some product in BUSD or EGC, although like EGC has taxes, so I think like people would avoid for paying for a product. But definitely like, as you know, we would be charging commission, like, and all those commission would be nulled if someone like decides to take their withdrawals in EGC. So we can like definitely we will be upgrading the platform once like the basic platform is launched and beta, where we have like contents, like people can share their content with their followers. So after that we'll be upgrading to add additional features in Crator, including stores or selling NFTs and also.
Will each of these utilities have their own separate teams running each utility, or just, you know, the devs going to be running each of them? Like, will each, like the games have their individual one, Crator have their individual teams, you know, outside contracted? How will that work with each utility?
Yeah, I mean, this is a frequently asked question, and one we answer with yes, absolutely. We've already acknowledged that the in-house team has been too stretched. We haven't really talked much about the games, but with the games, we're going to be doing a combination of partnering and also contracting games developers. But games are, they're not too far off, to be fair, but we're just holding back while we get these first few utilities launched before we start revealing more about the games.
Or running the NFT platform, you know, so if there were support teams or whatever. So
yeah, there's going to be a separate management and staff for each of those projects, because there has to be. You know, they're going to be too big for us to even contemplate running them in-house.
What's up, guys? It's nice to talk to all of y'all, and especially through this AMA. The biggest question that I get on my YouTube channel is about the staking pool. Is the staking pool going to be on the wallet? Is it going to be available on the wallet to stake EverGrowCoin and other cryptos on there? And B, what API can we expect? I know some cryptos, they have a low API because it's more so for like voting rights, but then others have a higher APY to bring in a lot of new investors into the EverGrowCoin community.
Yeah, so definitely like we have been working on the staking pools, and this is like one of the issues like we have been also facing. Like, although we can distribute a lot of tokens and keep the API very high, but as you know, like you might have seen with other projects as well, like after 1-2 months the graph falls almost 100%. Like I was also seeing like few projects they were trading around $5, now they're trading around like $0.1. So that's because once the pool like depreciates or reward depreciates, everyone like sells at once. So like we were working on finding a workaround that, like maybe we should distribute the rewards which would be generated from the trading volume, like allocate 1 or 2% taxes to those pools so that it won't create inflation. Or so, because you know, like we would be needing staking for many other features, including for the NFTs as well once the Play-to-Earn games are launched. So we have been like looking into it, like what would be the best economics for us, as we have like around at this rate, like even we have around 30 million worth of tokens which were allocated for teams, which we can use for pools and everything. But definitely like if we distribute all at once or like keep the reward very high, then it might like crash the price once after 1-2 months. So we have been like very careful about it and like working on it. Definitely will give some updates.
We do analyze things a lot. You know, there are too many naive projects, and again, I think this is mainly under pressure from community, etc., for this when Lambo culture, who will dive into something like staking pools, not plan it properly, and then it will fail. We do not want to be that team. So this is, as you can see, with Praveen saying there is a lot of thought and analysis that's going into it, and a lot of work's going on behind the scenes on all of these elements. So you can
Yeah, like creating the pool is not the hard part. Like we just need to create a dashboard and like make the contract deployed, and then the pool will be live. But what will happen with like after that, like we distribute EGC to everyone, like give 200, 300, 400% APY. Then after 1-2 months, like it might, everyone will be like, it will cause a huge inflation, and then price will drop drastically. So that's what.
Are you there, guys?
Okay, so we lost Praveen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are challenges that effectively we're going to overcome before launch, rather than sort of scraping around trying to clear up an issue after launch.
When you guys talk to friends or family about EverGrow, and you make sure they're educated, make sure they educate themselves in what they're investing in. So don't just give it to them and just say buy more, buy more, buy more. Make sure they are educated and make sure they do their own research. So if the price goes down, which it shouldn't go down anymore, but you never know, it's crypto. But this is what happens. They don't know their own research. It goes down. They come back to you asking why. And so let them do their own research so they know the entire crypto space and EverGrow coin. I ran into that. Okay, crypto newbie.
Awesome, thanks. So great AMA, great content today. A lot of good updates. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out in the next days. So that's exciting to look forward to. Could you go over a little bit of the play to earn, how the tokenomics is going to work? I mean, the website gives some information about obviously playing to earn and the NFTs and that kind of stuff. Is there going to be a marketplace in there? And then how do you see it kind of fitting into the overall EverGrow platform ecosystem?
So NFT marketplace is like different, like it's open for everyone, like anyone, any creator can sell their NFT, but play to earn game would be like officially backed up by EverGrow, and like we will be funding it for the rewards for everything, like from our treasury. So like NFT marketplace, just like the existing options like OpenSea or Binance NFT marketplace. So it would be like that, like creators can drop their NFTs or drop boxes or mystery boxes, like current, which is like it's trending right now. So play to earn game will also have its marketplace, but that will be only for the assets which would be like the people have earned in the game or people have purchased in the game. So you can like see the current options like which are existing in the market like other games. So that would be similar to the marketplace for the games, and our NFT marketplace, which is like we'll be looking on the domain name.
There's a lot more coming out about the games. It's probably, I think we're probably going to push through the next couple of weeks to get the Crator soft launch effectively, and then we're going to be providing more information on the games and also the website. When the website goes live, the new website in a couple of days, there'll be a little bit more about the games on there as well. We did say that we were going to be using third-party games companies and also partners with the games. So we'll hold off on saying too much about the games for now. Right, we'll do the two more guys who are lined up to speak. Let's get their questions and then we'll call it a day.
Hey everyone. So EverGrow is my number one holding. Very excited about the future. So thank you, Sam and team, for doing an awesome job as always. Quick comment and then very quick question. Comment is regarding the wallet. I love to hear about all the features, but hands down, based on what I'm seeing, nothing is more important than security. So hopefully as you market this, you'll really push the industry-leading security, anti-scamming protocols and whatever else you have built into it. And then lastly, my question is, has any thought been given to building out some sort of referral component to EverGrow? I think that's a huge opportunity. I think, we need to manage expectations as Crator launches. And if we could pull in more subscribers to, the creators' channels and also more creators themselves and incentivize people for doing that, I think that we'd be feeding the machine and building a very strong feeding mechanism into EverGrow.
Yeah, so obviously security is always going to be paramount with the wallet. So there's not much detail we can go into while it's in development, but we've made it very clear on the brief, as would any project launching a wallet, that security has to be the number one focus, and it effectively has to be the highest level of security available technologically. In terms of referral ideas, etc. Yeah, there's going to be lots of promotions particularly at launch, that will integrate that kind of thing. So yeah, it's good comments, and that's all being built into the launch plan.
Hey, EverGrow team. Thanks for taking my call. So I would like to just make a quick suggestion and a quick question. Suggestion-wise, I went to a crypto event here in Miami, and it was awesome. I saw a lot of people advertising their companies, big trucks passing by. When I got back to my car, there was like 100 flyers, and I was like, man, I wish I was better equipped. Like, I would have reached out, got some shirts, maybe got some cards, maybe spoke to you guys to see, hey, maybe I can advertise EverGrow on all cards, because those are the people that are hungry. Those are the people that want to learn, and they're actively looking for the one. And I believe EverGrow is the one, just like everybody else in this community does. So that's just my little suggestion. Maybe if people that are hungry like me, or maybe motivated throughout the country, or even if they're Atlanta and places that are really big places where events are going on, maybe we could find other Kevins throughout the state, jump into those events, and kind of leave like with an impact, you know what I mean, and offer this amazing coin that maybe they're just ignorant about, you know. That's just a small suggestion.
Hey Kevin, yeah, that's.
Yes, sir.
I mean, thank you for that, because that's could not be a better place to end the AMA on, because it harks back to what I was saying at the beginning. So look, we would love as a team to be attending all these events, but frankly, right now we just cannot. We have to get these utilities out. We know what you guys want. You guys want to see action. And if I could get on a plane and go to Vegas and spend 2 or 3 days, you know, supping beers at a blockchain conference, I would do that. But for now, it's not going to happen. But obviously, once the project gets to a more mature stage and settles down, clearly we're going to want to do that. But you guys in the community, this is what we're saying. You can 100% support your own investment. And if that means that you've got your bag of EverGrow and you go, right, you know what, I'm going to take some of my BUSD and I'm going to make some merch, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to one of these events, I'm going to talk to people, I'm going to even put a stand up. If we'll support you. If you say, look, Sam, I know you can't come to Vegas, but there's an event and I'd love to go there and I'd love to sort of educate people on EverGrow, what can you do? Can you promote us? Can you help us? We will do that. Right now, we're just so in the depths of getting these utilities launched that none of the team can even imagine, you know, doing anything. We're working 7 days a week. We will get these utilities launched. But once things settle down, once you guys can see what you want to see, then we'll make more time for that. So, look, the best way for us to close this AMA, obviously, huge thanks
Sam?
to... Yes, Paul.
One more thing before you close it out. I can shut up. I just got a DM. I'm going to send it to you. Can you? It's called a press packet, where you could put on the website, and it's a digital that has, you know, you can put vector files and the logo files on there. Actually,
let's deal with that separately. Okay. So, I've lost my train of thought. Listen, so we'll go back to that. So, as I said earlier on, we need the community now to step up. Okay, I've never asked this before, so it's my responsibility. But the most successful projects, the community are hugely important, and I actually believe that EverGrow is the best project in the entire space. I believe we will hit top 20. I believe these things because I know what we've got to offer and I know what the team are doing. So if you guys can help get behind it, if you have ideas, reach out to us, reach out to people like Paul, reach out to people on Telegram, say, look, there's this conference going on, or I want to do this, I want to put this billboard up. If you group together with some investors and put a billboard up in Times Square or something, I don't know, the community won't be able to thank you enough, okay? Because we've got to get these utilities launched. We've got big marketing coming in January. We're focused. But what you guys can do can bring 100% more to this. So let's make our little challenge for Christmas that each and every one of you gifts EverGrow this Christmas to 1 or 2 people. Just sit down with 1 or 2 people, spend half an hour with them, download Trust Wallet or MetaMask, whatever you need to do, onto their phone, talk them through it, buy them $100, $200 worth of EverGrow. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. Point them in the direction of some great YouTubers so they can learn about the project, and when the new website's up in 48 hours, they can drop by and see that. So that's my little sort of Christmas challenge to you guys, is let's actually start working together now as a community. Let's get really positive for next year, because next year is so huge. Everything that you guys have been impatient about is coming very, very soon. But let's build up. If off the back of this, there's 20,000 more holders, all with $100 in their wallet, but all watching EverGrow on our Twitter, when we drop Crator, that's 20,000 more people who are going to buy $1,000 worth or even more when they start to understand more about the project. So we want you guys to now take some responsibility. I'm directly asking everybody for the first time. We're doing everything we can do from our side to get the utilities ready and amazing, and to get this beautiful wallet built over the next few months, and to announce some more news in the next 48 hours. But now it's time for you guys to do something. If you do something, tell us and we will support it. If you want to put a billboard up in your local town, it's relatively easy to do. We're going to get those files and designs online ASAP. So if you need them, reach out to us and force us to rush. Paul's going to keep putting the pressure on us to get that ready. So we're going to commit to getting that online within 48 hours so you guys can have all the resources you need. Make your jumpers and your caps and everything. It's completely open source. You can use our logo on anything. But please, for Christmas, everyone listening, I don't care if it's $10, because if you put someone into our project, then they're going to start looking into it. They're going to start researching it, and then they're going to start understanding it. So, listen, all it leaves me to do is obviously wish everybody a really safe and happy Christmas or festive season, whatever you celebrate with your family and your friends. We'll obviously still be here. We're going to be in constant contact with you over the whole period. Obviously, we're on Twitter and Discord and Telegram and everywhere else. We'll do a little mini AMA or a little chat after Christmas, talk about some other things that have dropped out in the meantime. And we look forward to doing an AMA, all being well, on Crator sometime in January. So I think that's all for now. And I'm going to end the AMA. Thanks, guys.